we've been receiving for income interest-wise on the Prit Cash 3 to be exact. And I don't know whether it includes exclusively what we have, but by doing the calculation, it sounds a little bit higher than it might be, but when I annualize $12,607 for the full year times 12, and did it as a percentage, I come up with 4.7%. It sounds higher to me than it really is, but that's what it comes up with when you annualize the 12,507 number.
Right.
Does that sound right, Bob?
It
Give
does,
feel?
I think it does change. Some months it's a little lower. I don't think it stays at that.
Yeah, well, it's a
Yeah.
moving target.
Yeah.
It's based, it's an average that they have for that particular thing. So when money's coming off at 3,350.
Right,
whatever,
right.
but-
But it's close. I mean.
But just again, annualizing that from that statement, the cash investment statement we get from Prim, this is 1B in your hit parade here. That's what it came out to. That was a pleasant spot. I did it 4 times. It didn't change each time I did it. So that's, for that month, it's accurate. In terms of going forward here for the month of February, which is just about fini, I come up with probably an estimation of around 1.2% positive for the month to date. Okay, today, the volatility is showing up a lot in the markets recently. There's a lot of stuff going on, particularly the first of the year and going forward too. But I come up with a 1.25 as an estimation of, and a projection of what we're going to be. I don't have any trade recommendations yet. I'm still waiting for a retreat that might allow us to get to work on some equity positions. And having said the equity positions, I did some research year to date, including January and through 12 noon today. The international markets are up just about a little bit over 8% year to date. And as opposed to the S&P 500 was only up 1%. So the international is 8. The emerging markets are up just shy of 6% year to date, 7 weeks, whatever we have in here. And the SPYs here, the aggregate is up 1.8%. That's the fixed income. So on a year-to-date basis, overseas is surpassing domestic. It's their turn, I guess, to do what they do. And any questions before I go on here? If there's anything that I haven't yet covered here that, again, I wouldn't make not any recommendations at this point in time. The January private equity was very flat. It was up roughly $5,000 on 5 million, so nothing extraordinary about that one. We just about matched the performance for the month of January with that of the fund itself, the capital fund, a difference of 0.1%. And again, because of the flatness, if you will, of private equity, that's the difference maker right there. We did take out an additional $300,000 from Prit Cash in February,
Yes.
correct? And we had done the 350 in the month of January, just as a reminder. In terms of the performance for the month of January, the best performing sector was global equities. In light of what I just mentioned about international 8%, emerging 6%, SPY, the S&P 500 is just 1%. It was up 3.1%. Again, diversity helps on that one. Private equity for all the other parts, part of the capital thing is up 0.14%, barely moving. That doesn't include what we have overweight. That's just what's within the capital fund itself. The worst performing one was Timberlands at 0.09, 1/100%, no big deal there. And again, the net for the was 1.49. We were at 1.4. Any questions on anything on that one? We didn't yet receive, we will get it tomorrow. That's the way it seems to work all the time. So we'll get the net of fees to confirm what I'm presenting to you as an estimation is accurate. I've been pretty close to what there was on there, just taking the numbers. We know what they are. It's just a matter of the net to be confirmed again for the official records. There was a transfer that will be made on March 3rd. There'll be a
1D.
debit
1D.
taken up. That's on 1D. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
1D. Yep.
Patty has trained me that's about using these things. I'm sorry. So on 1D, 1C is a net of fees, which we don't have yet. So that's why it's not part of your package. But on 1D, transfer date of March 3/33, there'll be a net debit coming out of $1,458. On page 2, the drawdowns are shown in that. And the distributions are just about covered, the drawdowns, except for that difference. The last page is probably the most informative of them all on page 3. The recent 4 months, 4 years, is another 1.328 million to be potentially taken out for commitment. Again, it's just an estimation again. They don't always give you all of it, sometimes more, sometimes less. But there's another 1.328 waiting to be committed. And that'll happen throughout every month. It makes a small change. On the percent drawdown so far, it's been 68%. I'm having difficulties reading stuff. I'm making her let me know. I need glasses. I had my cataract and it's blurry, so yeah, it's been a rough week
Dave
here.
just went through it.
There, done that.
What's that?
He just went through it.
Oh, yeah, David can relate. Anyways, it's 69% for the percent commitment drawn. And the distributions to date are $1.838 million. That's from day one on these private equities too, which is 54% of the drawn capital. So things seem to move along okay. Private equity is a little quiet. If you look historically on the, I'll go back to 1A for just a second, please. And if you look for any length of time for 1 year and 3 years, global equity is well ahead because of the recovery from the horror of 2022. So the 19% for that 1 year timeframe and the 808 surpassed our private equity, which we're used to having as being at the top of the heap. However, if you look back at 5 and 10 years, you can see the average returns for private equity. 5 years is 17.14%, and for 10 years, it's 16.87. And since inception, the very last column, basically, private equity has doubled the return of global equity, which includes international, domestic, and emerging markets. And other than that, Mr. Chairman, I don't have anything else to offer, unless there's any questions that need be answered.
Any questions for Stan?
No, thank you, Stan.
No?
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Stan.
You're welcome. Thank you also. And hopefully February will be kind to us too. Amazing. It took us 2.5 hours to do it. You did 10 minutes and like, okay, there's got to be something left, huh? Okay, folks.
Anything comes up,
Then,
give me a call.
Take care.
yeah, we're gonna have the same time, same place, in terms of,
Oh, yeah.
next meeting.
March,
Is there any change to that? Last Tuesday,
should be March 25th.
25?
Yep.
Okay, good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Stan.
Bye-bye.
1E? No, yeah. 1E?
So just so you know, on 1E, the treasurer's monthly cash reconciliation, last month I didn't have it for the December because of the new treasurer. So that is for the December. And he's working on the January, so we can only vote on that one today, the December 31st, 2024 cash reconciliation. So we need a motion.
So moved.
Motion? Okay, motion.
Motion made and seconded.
Okay.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
All righty.
Monthly, 1F, monthly accounting packet.
So those are still pending because I have to complete the 24 annual statement before I can start this year's accounting. So I have till May 1st to get the annual statement in, but I hope to have it done next month or by April. So we're gonna have to keep holding off on these.
We'll go to January 28, 25, draft minutes.
Motion to accept draft.
Motion made and seconded to accept the minutes. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor? Opposed?
Yep.
Motion carries. 3 is the notice
What's an FYI?
FYI of the meeting.
Well, this,
4 is the warrant.
Motion to accept the
You got in the front.
February warrant, total 575,891 from 7.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to accept the warrant. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries. Number 5,
Well, we can start passing that around too, if you don't mind. To sign, I'll pass this around, the warrant.
okay.
Thank you.
5, we have a withdrawal of accumulated deductions from John Hample.
You need a motion on
Yep,
it?
he's gonna roll it over, yep.
Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? Another withdrawal deductions.
Motion to accept.
Terry. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 5B, another withdrawal of deduction.
Motion to accept Leah Zolfini's withdrawal.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Being none. Motion carried. Six is transfer.
Motion to accept the service amount.
Yep.
6.25.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded to accept 6.25. That's years, right?
Yeah, 2 year, 6 years, 4 months creditable service.
Rachel Sharon. Any discussion? All in favor?
None.
Opposed? None. Motion carries. Transfer for Colby Armstrong.
Motion to accept the transfer for Colby Armstrong and service amount 2.333.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor? Any opposed? Nope, all. Motion carries. 7 is a superannuation retirement of Shelley Eckert.
Effective 4/4.
Effective date of retirement 4/1/2025.
So moved. Second.
And under discussion.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion?
So I just wanted to explain on this. So Shelley is going to be submitting an ordinary disability application. And she's also going to do her superannuation application. But because the disability can take so long, that she's entitled to go ahead and retire. On this date, she's gonna be 55. That's why she picked that date. But she's been out sick, unpaid for quite a while now. So she's gonna, I'd like to approve this, and then if the ordinary goes through, we'll convert it to an ordinary, and I'd owe her a little back pay if the date changes backwards. But for today, we only have her superannuation because I was waiting for the physician statement to come back. So next month, I'll have everything uploaded to Prosper, and then you guys can review it, and then we can vote on what to do next. Okay? So for today, it's just on the superannuation. Is that good?
Any other discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 7A is the superannuation retirement of James Salmon
Motion.
Second.
for April 1st. Motion been made and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. No new enrollments.
Nope.
Number 9. Iraq memo.
This is administrative and informational. They now Prosper, they're gonna have us do investment, like our crit statements. They want us uploading them to Prosper as well, along with the accounting. So this is just telling us how to do it.
Informational.
Yep.
9A,
Can we just go back to this for a second?
back to
I
9.
thought you didn't have to do it. It's
Do-
prim, not crit. It's prim, but it says retirement boards only need to provide statements for their.
If they're outside managers, okay, so maybe they have access to.
Because they
ours.
receive monthly statements directly.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was surprised. They told me they were gonna do it and then I never received any notice.
We don't have anything else, right? So.
We don't. So thanks, Diane.
Sure.
Let's work.
Why not?
9A is Iraq memo 9 in regard to actuarial data.
So last month, they notified us that they're doing an actuarial study on us anyway, so I just uploaded the data through Prosper. So they'll send us back an errors report and then eventually send us our actuarial study information.
9B,
I can tell you,
for disability.
yeah, they're encouraging disability retirees to now go online to report their 91A earnings, and they sent out a postcard.
Yeah.
They're just letting us know this is what the postcard looks like and things like that.
9C is the newsletter. Is that, no, the,
Everyone read it? Yeah.
WEP and GPO law. And 9D is the pension news.
Mostly about the WEP and GPO
About the
reform.
WEP and GPO.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess they've started the GPO for people. I read, but the WEP has to be done individually, manually. I
Okay.
guess that Social Security don't have the computers to,
That's going to take them a year, right?
it's gonna take them a while to
That's what
figure out.
they did back check.
I don't know how if they're gonna do it all at once or pay people as they go. But,
I'm sure people are waiting for their checks too, you know?
yeah.
I think we sent out a letter, Iraq
Yeah.
encouragement to the retirees, letting them know, but we don't know anything more than
Right.
until Social Security decides what they're doing.
With Elon.
Um,
Number 10. That's a letter from Nicole Bolduc of the, she's a housing coordinator of the Clinton Housing Authority. And she's requesting that we grant her 1 month credible service as she was out on 12 weeks of maternity leave. And under Chapter 32, Section 4C, the board is allowed to grant her 1 month of service. It was unpaid leave that was approved. Um,
I'll make a motion that we grant 1 month.
Second.
Motion's made and second. Any discussion?
Has this been done before? Do we have any?
It has been done before, but, and it usually happens at retirement when people were doing their, we see these gaps and then they come back. But Nicole being proactive, she had asked what would happen and then she's like, I want to do this now before I forget about it, because she won't retire for a long time.
So this has been standard practice.
We've done it for other people and we just reread the section, Joe and I, before we came up here to make sure we understood it right. But we've done it before.
Any other discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion granted. 11, board educational updates.
So last month we had a memo that had all the classes available and I know several members have double checked and they're up, I think everyone is up to date at the moment on all their educational credits. I think I gave everyone a list last month of all the classes that have been taken. So it's just a reminder to, and I was gonna say the conflict of interest, if you haven't done it for a couple of years, that can be used and uploaded. And in that, it had me looking at the board's dates. So it's probably, last time we reorganized was December 2023. Paul has indicated he's very happy to stay chairman, but he wants to open it up. If anyone else wants it, maybe next month, you can table it to next month. And if you want to reorganize, right now Joe is vice chair and Diane is election officer. And yeah, so that's what, think about that over the month. And do you think? And then if you
Yeah,
guys,
we'll wait for Paul.
yeah,
Yes.
yep. So that's what that was about.
Mm,
Oh, and that draft budget is,
11A will be the 2025 draft budget.
so you guys tabled it last month because I wasn't around. So if there's any, I think I gave everyone one.
I have.
Here, I got two. Well, I'll have to share because if you have a. So I try to put notes along the edges to where I came up with the numbers. And it's always your best guess for the most part, but,
They seem like expected increases.
they're all either by contract, like, the one thing I will tell you, the copier machine, our lease ended December 31st. And I talked to Konica Minolta, but they're gonna be doing all the new computer stuff and I'll try to remember his name. He said he'd come out to talk about a new contract. I wanted to buy this machine. They said I can't because it was under the state contract and they don't allow you, which I really like my machine. But anyways, we're working without a contract. So that's one thing. Within a month or two, we'll know on the copier. So that's that.
Did you want a motion or we just,
Yeah, you should do a motion.
Accept the
Yep.
I'll make a motion to accept the proposed draft budget?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to accept the 2025 draft budget. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Passes. And another old business is the 2026 COLA discussion. Do we want to discuss that or wait for Paul?
I'd make a motion to table until Paul is here. He likes to be involved in that.
I'll second it.
Motion's made and seconded to table the COLA till next month. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
When do we
None.
have to have it done?
Motion passed.
I should know if there is a specific date, but it's effective July 1.
Oh, okay, so that's why.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's-
I don't think we always have it done by March at the latest, I think.
And no new business. Any new business? Being on 13, we have a cybersecurity computer upgrades.
So the only thing on that, so the whole town hall is getting new computers and Mike Ward we had asked him about that because of Herrick had been after us about cyber, what we have in place. Mike called me today to ask me, we're definitely getting 2 new computers in my office and they're both going to have licenses, which is good. So whoever comes in, if whatever assistant is there with the Microsoft, I don't understand.
These laptops?
They're gonna be laptops, I've heard, but it sounds like Mike's, it looks like it's in the works. So,
Yeah, they're here. They're in the
right,
drawing.
but he's actually maybe one step further along. You haven't heard?
Oh, no, yeah. I have some contraption in my office that they have
Ah.
to use to do something.
Oh,
that-
really? What is it? You don't know?
Oh,
I'll have to see what
They
it
dropped
is.
something off a week ago Friday, so, said they'd be coming in.
Okay. Well, they were at the fire department last week, so
Right.
they're making their way around.
He did say that.
Yeah.
We're getting desktop.
Yeah, I got
laptops.
desktops. I
I
didn't
don't want
know.
a laptop, yeah.
So you ordered, they didn't ask me if I wanted one or the
Oh,
other.
then you probably get a desktop.
I didn't ask that
Mike will know. Mike
question.
created the list.
I would prefer a laptop, I think. Because then you can take it with you, right?
Plug into your screens too.
Okay, but whatever, I'll talk to Mike about that. But we originally had asked Mike and he was gonna attend. So maybe if we could invite him next month, if you want more information about this computer system and the cyber stuff, or just
Well,
wait to see where it
And
plays
he's the
out.
answer to Iraq, cybersecurity component of it.
Okay, so I'll ask Mike to come next month and just give us an update
Yeah.
as far as what the new system, is it called Konica Minolta One or something?
They have some interest in it. I think it's all covered is the name of the.
Yeah,
company.
something like that. Okay. So, all right, I'll invite Mike. Mike, if you want.
Very brief update.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our next meeting is Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. Is there any other business?
Oh, sorry.
No one having any?
Welcome to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
At 3:28 PM.
Any discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Hearing none. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.